Well, I moved my office down here. I think I told you guys I moved my office, but it's just my editing room. The other one was in the living room, and after a little bit of time, I'm like, or a year I guess, I was like, I don't like being in the living room all day, because I have a roommate and my sister, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy that's always in the living room, so I think having a room for work and a room for chilling is a way better combination. It's a learning experience. I just moved into here a year ago, so obviously everything's a kind of a stepping stone, a learning experience. It's been a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie and be like, it's easy, but life is the hardest thing you're gonna experience. So yeah, we're kicking it. We're doing well. I'm very thankful for all the support you guys have kept up. So what is your support even giving at this point? So if you recall in August, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna stop Patreon $10 tier, not Patreon, $10 tier for Patreon. Because I don't want to focus on like merchandise for just patrons, because that adds more stress to me because I just want to focus on the content. If that changes in the future, I'll let you know. It's really just like a time thing. These are honestly the stressors as a YouTuber. Time and money. Like, I guess that's everybody's stressor, right? But for YouTube, it's a matter of, can I put out enough content? So, like, artistically, can I put out more content I like? Do I have the time to do that? And do I have time to do other stuff on top of that? And how much is it going to cost me? That's all what it comes down to, basically. Not to get into like that sort of stuff. I just kind of want to get you on the same page, so you know what am I paying this asshole for? Basically, right now, it's to edit Know Your Moves and to allow me to purchase games, purchase equipment. Like, what's the fuck? There's something here I recently bought. I just bought it. Oh, it's that. It's here. You get to see the room. It's this. It's turn the light. It's this new fancy spangled stand for the microphone. The microphone I bought earlier. This thing's great. That's what you hear in my videos now. It's fancy. It's nice. It's slimy. It's grimy. It's 50 Shades on timing. Essentially, that is what the support for Patreon is. That's what it's been from the start. People have their Patreon set up where it's like, there's a tier, and then after this, I'm gonna start a show about petting my cat, and then after that, I'm gonna hire 3,000 editors. It's like, whoa! But for me, literally, I'm just like, if you can support, it's really gonna go to the channel, and that's really what it is. There's no secret hidden fees. And at the time when I was doing all that other merch, it was just, I was adding more work for myself. For stuff I don't even know if you guys really wanted more than my videos. Does that make sense? So, yeah, just being transparent here, because I haven't made one of these in a bit, so I'm just kind of letting it all go. So, that's for what you're supporting. What can you expect in 2020 from the channel and whatnot, and me as a creator? Because at this point, I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? Not relax, you know what I'm saying? So, let's start. Relax. Know Your Moves is going to continue through 2020. Duke is good with it, I'm good with it, and I don't want to stop if they're doing new characters. A common question is, are we going to go back to older characters? Am I going to revisit older Know Your Moves? I would like to. It's just, I don't know if I want to do this series for 10 years. It's a good series. I think it'll age great in 10 years, where people are going to look back and be like, those were good videos for the time. This guy cared. And I think, like, the ones we put out this year, they're going to age well. The thing with Know Your Moves is they're not something that's going to all of a sudden not be interesting in 10 years. People are going to look back when the next games comes out, or even when this game's continues. They're going to be like, oh, I want to know about this character. And maybe the editing will be older and archaic. Other than that, it's still going to be a good video. That's why I care about doing Know Your Moves in this way, and why I didn't for a bit. I guess that doesn't make sense, but if I stop the series again, it's a problem because I want to do too much. I think that's the problem. If it were up to me and money and time weren't a factor, I would do Know Your Moves. I would do Let's Plays. I would do streaming. I would do Patreon rewards. I would do as much as I possibly could. And really, I want my YouTube channel to succeed so I can do more things I like to do, which is going to go into the next part. Time is really a problem with a YouTuber. This year, I toyed around with doing weekly videos. I think they were received well. Statistically, they didn't do better than the prior years or anything in terms of how much I made and in terms of views. Just being transparent. They didn't do worse. They didn't do like crazy good. They did pretty much the same. The best video this year currently was that Sonic Redesigns video. So I was like, oh, I'll do the Mario redesigns because I liked doing the Sonic redesigns. It just kind of escaped my mind. And the video game logos video did well. I think generally the design videos did well. And doing some reflection, that is what I want to focus on. The channel has always been about game design. It's always been about humor too, but game design is always what it kind of tied back to when we were talking about games. In 2020, I kind of want to expand that and focus and expand. You know what I mean? Because there's skits, there's this, that, and the other. Now that I have an idea of what I'd want out of editing, what I want out of video content, and what I want. Hey! I saw you turn off. Yeah, I have eyes on the back of my thumbs. Hold on, is this dirty as shit? You guys are just gonna have to accept that. Fun fact, as a video editor with long eyelashes, your eyeglasses get really dirty all the time. So, what the hell was I saying? I'm gonna do videos once every 2 weeks. Know Your Moves is gonna continue. That'll probably be about 3 videos a month, sometimes 4, with months with those weird 5 weeks. Who the hell invented months and made some with 5 weeks? And then, who even wants to talk about February? Like, who's the dumbass that made that decision? Jesus. Anyways, that's probably what it's gonna come out to be. If I look at my videos and the ones I enjoy making and return to when I'm like, what did I like? I think the ones that were design focused, longer, or not longer, just the ones I took longer on are the ones I tend to like more. And from viewer feedback and statistics, that appears to be the same. A lot of people, when they ask, or when I ask their favorite videos, it's usually the ones that took longer, whether it be writing or editing, honestly. And I want to go back to that. It just puts a lot of stress when, it puts a lot of stress when you have fewer videos because you're more hopeful that one does better, one doesn't tank. If one tanks, it's a lot more devastating. I don't want to say devastating, but it makes more of an impact on your monthly statistics. I don't want to go into statistics, but because again, I'm more of an artist over YouTube business. Obviously, I could go the business route and do something a little more lucrative. But that would just, I've thought about it, but it would go against what I care about as like a YouTube creator. So 2 weeks is probably what I want to go back to, just so the content's better. I don't know if it'll be better, but the thing with me is I have to experiment with things and then make a decision. Maybe other people are just like, I'm going to do this, and that's what I want. I'm like, I want to do everything and see what I like after. Me with a buffet of my own content, ugh. So now that I've got a good sense of how I like to make videos, it's kind of weird because I think this style has been 2 years going, since it's been evolving for 2 years. You could argue it's been for whatever 5 years, but I don't consider that because first year was like the smash analysis and then know your moves. And then the third year, I was like, okay, let me try other stuff. And then the fourth year, I was like, oh, let's do Mario Strikers. And I'm like, whoa. So it's cool to see like how I evolved, at least for myself, because it's like, oh, that's interesting. Which brings me to another potential avenue. So video, okay, let's just reiterate. 1 video every 2 weeks. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be like, oh, there's going to be another additional video because I had time, or it's a short topic, or it's a funny, I don't know. And then the Know Your Moves. Very happy that we can do Know Your Moves. Very happy I can do the videos. Now that I've got a sense for what I want to do and the type of videos that I prefer making, then, or I'm gonna make them. I'd love if videos didn't take so long to make. That's honestly the biggest thing. I would do weekly videos if it didn't take so long. That's literally what it is. It's also helpful because I am in school right now. This semester's been kicking my ass with both school and YouTube and life, so it's just been tough. So I think if I limited that, it would be better. But I kind of want to be consistent. Consistency is a big thing that I kind of want to, now that I've narrowed down what you guys like, what I like, and what does well, I think I've found where I want to move forward. But as I say that, I want to experiment with other content as well. I know I'm talking design, but I'm also a writer, and that's been a lot of I do topics on well-written characters as well. I've done that a few times, because design and writing, design is kind of like the physical form of writing, maybe, because writing good characters, good stories, you're designing this world, you're designing a lot of stuff, and that is, to me, a big part of games. I want to talk about more than games. It's risky, of course, but I want to make videos if I want to make videos. I think limiting myself would be the worst thing, because I think you guys at this point just like my opinions, whatever it may be. Of course, if we're talking like something weird, I understand if you don't want to watch that, but at this point, I think I'm just going to make stuff that I feel like making. Going back, I want to talk about some legacy games like Super Mario World. I want to talk about that again, but in a better way. Persona 4 versus Persona 5 has been a topic that I've been writing, but it's looking like it's going to be very long, and that might take till... I was going to be like, okay, let me write it for December. I'm still writing, and I'm like, ooh, this is going to take really long. So at this point, I'm like, just let it breathe. Just finish the video. Just going to tell you that it's on my plate. So is Super Mario World. There are topics. Heroes Know Your Moves. Again, I want to give it the time it deserves. And that's really the biggest thing. So I want to do more on games I love. Oh, and the classic Sonic's 1 to 3 in CD. I want to do a full video on all of those. Or individually maybe, or each of their own videos. I don't know. Then I want to try a new channel out. Not a new channel, just kind of a different channel. Something with like an intended... Everything is kind of designed, you know? Because Alax very like, okay, I want to talk about this, I want to do that. But I want something that's a little more stringent, but not with a schedule or anything, just like a style. And for when that would be, I don't know. The topics would be probably topics about life or stuff that's currently happening in the world. And it would be serious. It wouldn't be as humorous or anything. But it would be just a very general channel about different topics. Because I feel like I have a lot to talk about that does not fit into Alax, and that's unfortunate, but that's how it is. But I feel like a new channel would give me, and I would treat it as like, if I have a topic, I'll post. Not there's a schedule, and it wouldn't take away from Alax, but it might. I would treat it as like, hey guys, this is some other stuff I'm working on. Going forward, I am doing different stuff. I'm dabbling in coding. I'm dabbling in music, and I'm hoping by the end of next year I have some more to show you in terms of what I'm working on outside of YouTube videos, because at the end of the day, YouTube is not a forever thing for me. It's never been my main goal. My main goals have always been producing an original work. As much as YouTube audiences don't like, or a lot of the time YouTubers, they make their original works and people are not fans of them, or they come out hacky. But I've actually been like studying, I've actually cared to like, I don't want to release or talk about anything unless I'm certain that it's a product that I want to spend 5+ years on. So that's why I'm being very selective of what I say. And I have been working on stuff for the past couple of years, very on and off. But now I think I have a few ideas that I do want to explore alongside YouTube. I don't think YouTube's going to stop or anything, so I wouldn't worry about that. It's just, I want to do so much, and I wish I didn't want to do all the stuff I want to do. I know it sounds kind of extra, but you'll see that I'll be doing drawings, I'll be making music. I do love doing all of these things. I have a lot of fun. It's just, there's not enough time in the day to do everything. I'd love to, but I'm very happy that I even get the chance to even be in this position. Not everyone can say they are, and I'm always thankful that I can experiment, that I can make this content, you guys will view it, and you'll care to give me the feedback, that you support monetarily. That'll always be something I'm grateful for. And as always, if it were to stop, I wouldn't look back or regret it. I would just like take it in stride, because, you know, not everyone gets a chance to be a YouTuber. I've made my content, and if it were to stop, I'd be happy that I was able to do even that. So, oh, one last fucking thing. As you guys know, I've been doing shoutouts for other creators. It was a Patreon thing. Then I did it on the YouTube creators tab a few times, but I want to do more than that. So in January, I'm going to do if you remember Scott's, I put his video on my channel. It'll be similar to that, where I put up individual. I'll put up maybe 5 small creators showcasing their videos, some of their best moments in those videos, and links to those videos. So it's a shout out, and I really want to get attention to these people and help them out. There are a couple I've already seen, maybe you have as well, and I think that's kind of what I want to do. If I can paid back in a sense, then that's what I want to do. I believe that is all I wanted to update you guys on. I always do this at the end of these videos. I'm like, is there anything else? And you're on camera. It's like, there's no time for this garbage. And as you know, there's no script. I didn't look at one thing once. This was one take. Streaming, I think that's the last thing I haven't hit on. That, I know I kind of dropped the ball on. It's always been an auxiliary thing that I've done. It's always been for me, not really for, you know, oh, I gotta reinforce the Alax streaming schedule. But I like streaming. I want to get back to it when I'm comfortable doing so. As I said, I'm barely scraping by with all what I have on my plate right now. So adding streaming would probably not be the smartest idea, even if it was just 2 hours a week. I know that's crazy, but I'm literally pressed for time. This last week, I was, never mind. Streaming will be back. I want to play like one game and like 100% it sort of thing, like we did with Sonic Adventure 2, because it's nice to just like return to something. It's very cozy in my opinion. And then Smash reactions as well. With new characters, there's not going to be a shortage of that. So, yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, listening to this. I know it's not the most entertaining, but I kind of want to just give you all an update. Sorry for the road, by the way. This is right next to the road, so it's pretty loud. Bye.